On the show today, we're sharing 3 simple tweaks to make it easier to generate leads and get referrals.
Welcome to JFDI with the Two Lauras. Thank you for tuning into the show. We are the Two Lauras and we're on a mission to bring you a weekly dose of inspiration and advice to make it easier for you to build a profitable and enjoyable business working in this crazy social media space. So whether you're a social media manager, an ads manager, a content creator or anything else in between, you are in the right place. On today's show, we are sharing 3 really simple tweaks that will make it easier for you to generate leads and get referrals. And these work regardless of what platforms you work on, what industry you serve, and what services you offer. And if you're looking for more help to get great clients and repel low-paying leads so you stand out as the perfect option to clients who want to pay you the big bucks, then you should check out our Client Magnet Masterclass. It's a 90-minute training that you can dive straight into after this episode simply by clicking the link in the show notes. We'll remind you about that at the end of the show. But for now, let's dive into tip number 1, Laura Davis.
Okay, tip number 1. Tell people that you have capacity for a new client.
Oh my God.
I know. It's
That is mind-blowing.
profound.
But the thing is, so many people don't, do they?
Yeah. And just the other day, we had someone asking us this, and I said, have you actually told people that you've got capacity? And they had, to be fair, they had, I think, on one platform, but not on another. And they're active on both. And I'd only looked at the one, not the other, because obviously I'd gone to have a look. And I think we forget that people can't read our mind.
Yeah.
And I think people also think that if they say, I've got capacity, it makes them look shit.
Oh God, really?
It makes them look shit, but that's probably a bit harsh. It makes them look like people would go, well, why have you got capacity? That means you're not very good because the other person is full, so that means she must be better than you.
So I get why you might think that, because it's great to use scarcity as a marketing tactic. And so, yes, saying you're at capacity is brilliant and makes you look like you're in demand. But saying that you have space for a new client does not do the opposite of that.
No, I agree. And the reason you have capacity might not just be the assumption, I guess, would be that people think, well, that means someone's got rid of her.
Yeah. But I don't think people are thinking that.
No, I know. And the reason you have capacity could be nothing like that. It could just be you fancy working a bit more.
I think we need to remember that when people are looking for a social media manager, they're not thinking about you and why you have capacity. They're thinking about themselves and how you can help them. That's it.
Yeah. And are you the best person to help them?
Yeah.
They're very selfish.
They're not some sort of FBI investigator.
They're not judging your business.
No, not at all. They're judging their own.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. So definitely tell people that you've got capacity. Actually, one of our members in the Inner Hub, Polly, did this recently. And she put a really good post in the group afterwards, basically just saying, like, never underestimate the power of telling people that you've got availability. Because, like, unless you do that, you're not going to get anyone coming to you. And she put a post out and she got leads from it. You know, I think she got 2 new clients in the space of a week just by telling people that she had capacity. And she was somebody who at the time didn't have very many clients and very many leads coming in. So, you know, if you are at that point where you're like, oh my God, my leads have dried up, or oh my God, I really need a client, like, just make the effort to go and tell people and tell them again, you know, because they might not see that first post.
And obviously Polly had put a post on her social, which is obviously great, and that's obviously what we would recommend you doing. But also tell people in your personal world, you know, put on your personal Facebook profile, oh, just so you know, and a lot of you wonder what I'm up to. This is what I'm doing. I've got capacity. If anyone knows, insert niche here, types of businesses, then I've got capacity. And tell people when you're chatting at the school gates. Tell people when you're in the pub. Tell people when you're having your hair done.
Tell your existing clients. Yeah. I've got space. Yeah. Do you know anyone else who needs a social media manager?
Or, I've got space. Is there anything more I can do for you? Did you know I also offer ads management, etc.?
Definitely. So that's tip 1 then. Tell people you've got capacity. Don't be afraid to do it. And if you come to us and say to us, I'm really struggling to get leads, just know that Laura Davis will go and look on your socials and see if you have actually told anyone that you've got capacity.
It's true.
So make sure you do that first.
It's totally true.
Okay, number 2.
So make it really easy for people to contact you.
That sounds really obvious, but people don't do this.
I know, and it is so frustrating, isn't it?
Yeah.
When you just want to ask a quick question before you move things forward.
So, and I had experience of this recently. I was trying to contact somebody very specific. I won't say who they were. And I went on their website and I went on their socials. I went on all of their social channels, not just one. I Googled them. I literally went everywhere, and all I wanted was an email address, and I could not find a bloody email address. I could find an application form to work with them, which is brilliant, but I didn't want to work with them. I wanted to contact them about something else, and it was impossible for me to do that, and so therefore they missed out on the opportunity because I went to somebody else. And that could be happening to you.
If you've only got an apply to work with me, which is 100%, we advocate that that's what you should 100% be doing in terms of finding management clients. But what happens if someone wants you on their podcast, or they want you to speak at something, or whatever it may be, they can't contact you? Now, I know you're all sat there thinking, oh, well, they'll just send a DM. We all know they go into message requests. And if you're anything like me, I just go into message requests and do a mass delete.
And if that was true, I would have DM'd these people, and I did not.
Yeah, well, exactly. And I just think, because it really irritates me when people send an inquiry on Instagram, because it's lost, not my personally, there's not much going on there, but on ours, we get so many DMs, so many messages. Yes, we might see it initially, but if we're busy doing something else and think, oh, we'll come back to it, it's so difficult in Instagram, isn't it, to kind of keep your DMs organised and all of that. So things get lost, and the amount of times people say, we then get an email 2 weeks later saying, oh, well, I DM'd you, and it's like, well, just email us, and we won't be alone with that. So I think sending DMs isn't what people want to do, and isn't, they know that they'll end up in that requests folder that lots of people don't even look in.
And what are they going to do? DM you and say, can I have your email address? Just make it easy to get your email address.
Yeah, it will, exactly. Don't add frustration. No, not frustration. What's the term?
Barriers?
No, friction. Friction.
Okay, welcome to another episode of Laura knowing all the words. Yes, I agree. Don't add friction. I think that's definitely, And like we just said about the application form, the application form is so important because we do want people to apply to work with us, but we don't want to put people off who are not at that point, but they want to talk to us about something else. Maybe they're like, I'm not sure if I'm right for you. I'm not sure if I'm ready to apply to work with you. I just want a little bit of information before I apply to work with you. If they can't do that, you're potentially losing leads because they think the only thing they can do is actually go through that whole application process. Which might, to them, if they haven't clicked the button, feel like it's going to be really heavy and time-consuming, and they've just got this one question.
Yeah, and and you could be thinking, oh, well, my email's attached to my Instagram. If they wanted it, they could find it. Don't make it difficult. Do not make it difficult. But it would annoy me, and then that's not a good feeling, is it? You don't want a potential client contact, potential collaboration person being frustrated. You want it to be kind of positive and easy and straightforward.
But equally, if you do only want them to DM you on Instagram, put that on your website. Want to chat about something else? DM me here. So I know that that's what you want me to do.
Yeah.
Or just make it easy. Make it easy. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm all for the chit chat in DMs, but nothing where I have to come back to you.
Yeah, formal stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely agree. Okay, number 3, third and final. God, this is going to be a nice, quick, easy podcast for you guys to listen to and take action from. Third and final tip is make it really clear what you do and who you do it for. Remove the confusion. And there's reasons for this. It makes it so much easier to introduce yourself. If you're having a conversation, somebody says to you, what do you do? Really easy to explain what you do if you can literally say, I help XYZ person to do XYZ on this platform. That's so much easier to introduce yourself and then potentially get a lead. But it also makes it easier for that person you're speaking to understand what you do and know whether you can help them and know whether they can refer you to somebody else. And if you're looking for leads and referrals, you need to make it so easy for people. And that's a really easy way to do it. And also that makes it memorable. It makes you so memorable, doesn't it, if you are really specific about who it is you help and what it is that you do. And you want to be memorable if you want to be referred.
Yeah. If someone was, and I know we're slightly, I was going to say abnormal, but if someone
Speak
was
for
to
yourself,
say,
Davis.
if someone was to say, can you think of a social media manager? I'd be like, I can think of a lot.
Yeah.
But if someone was to say, can you think of someone who will help me with ghostwriting on LinkedIn? I straight away have got people in my mind I can think of.
Yeah.
Because they've identified themselves as that. They've put it out there. They've said it repeatedly enough times that I know that that's what that person specialises in.
Yeah.
So it's without doubt makes it more memorable because there are lots of social media managers out there. A lot.
Yeah. And also, like, doing this makes those other two things that we've just spoken about easier. Because if you're telling people you have capacity and you're telling the right people that you have capacity to help them to do XYZ on XYZ platform, they immediately know that you're talking to them. And if you want people to contact you, you want the right people to contact you. So if you're saying on your website, help this type of person to do this type of thing on this type of platform, here's how you can contact me, the people who are not right are not going to contact you.
Very true.
You know, so it just makes it a lot easier.
Very true.
So there we go. My wisdom on this fine morning. On that note, when it comes to like how you can speak about who you help and what you do and whatnot, go back and listen to last week's episode if you haven't already, because we really dived into. Oh my God, I feel like I've taken on some Laura Davis-ness. We went deep into how you can niche your business.
I don't like that. I don't like that term.
We went balls deep, as Laura would say.
Oh, yes. Well, now we're talking.
Into how you can niche your business. So, and that will help you with this tip. So make sure you go back and listen to that episode. That was the last episode on the show. So yeah, quick recap. Tell people you have capacity if you need leads or you want clients. Make it really easy for people to contact you and make it really, 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 really clear what you do, who you do it for, what you help them to achieve. And as I said at the beginning of the show, if you're looking for more help to get great clients and to stand out as that perfect option for those clients, the people who want to pay you the big bucks, definitely check out our Client Magnet Masterclass. We'll put the link in the show notes. You can dive straight into that training now. Just tap the link in the show notes to sign up. As a podcast listener, you are going to get a massive discount on that. So you can sign up for just $25 instead of the usual $95. So that's a massive $70 discount. We're feeling very generous today. And the link for that, again, is in the show notes. And we will be back. Same time, same place next week. Toodles, as they say.
Toodle pip.
Au revoir.